Whisper in the dark, particles apart.
All right, everyone, buckle up. We're going deep today.
Wow.
Deep into the world of carbon.
Carbon.
Yeah, and we've got a song to help us out today from this album, Periodic One. Ever heard of it?
I have, yeah. Pretty interesting concept they've got going there, setting the periodic table to music.
Yeah, exactly. And the song we're looking at, you guessed it, it's called Carbon. Might seem kind of basic, right? Just another element.
All right.
But we're going to see why it's way more than that.
Oh, absolutely. Carbon is anything but basic.
So this song, Carbon, it's all about how this element connects everything. Like literally everything. There's this line, it says, carbon is binding us so close, and it's in every breath we host.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually a really powerful way to put it. Because scientifically speaking, it's spot on.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Carbon is like the backbone of all life as we know it. It's the fundamental building block of all these organic molecules that make us, well, us.
Huh. So, like, even me and you were connected by carbon.
In a way, yeah. We're all part of this giant carbon cycle, constantly exchanging carbon with each other and the environment.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing. And the song, it goes on about dust to diamond bright. Like, whoa! Have you ever actually thought about that?
Yeah.
Dust and diamonds, totally different.
Yeah. And it's crazy to think they're both essentially just carbon.
It is. So, how is that even possible? Like, how can one element be so versatile?
Well, carbon's kind of special. It's got these unique bonding properties. It can bond with up to 4 other atoms at the same time, which lets it create these long chains, complex structures. It's like it's got these tiny little hands reaching out, grabbing onto other atoms and making all sorts of things.
Okay, so those bonds, they're like the key to carbon's its superpower.
You could say that. I mean, think about it. The soft, slippery graphite in your pencil, that's carbon. But then the hardest natural substance we know of, diamond, also carbon, just arranged differently.
That's wild. So it's not just what it's made of, but how it's put together.
Exactly. And, scientists are always discovering new forms of carbon, too. Like, you've got graphene.
Graphene.
It's basically a single layer of carbon atoms, super thin, arranged in this, like, honeycomb pattern. It's incredibly strong and light, and it conducts electricity, like, way better than copper. Then there are fullerenes, which are these tiny carbon cages, and nanotubes, which are, you take a sheet of that graphene and roll it up into a tube. And all of these materials, I mean, they have crazy potential for technology, for electronics, maybe even medicine.
So carbon's like this tiny little building block for some really big stuff.
Yeah. It's
kind of like Legos.
Exactly. You can build almost anything if you have enough Legos, and carbon's like that for the universe.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So this song keeps talking about carbon being hidden everywhere, in the air, even underneath our hands. So, like, where else would we find carbon without even realizing it?
I mean, think about it. The food we eat, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, all built on this carbon framework.
Makes sense.
Right. The clothes we wear, whether it's cotton, wool, or even synthetic fibers, carbon's in there.
Yeah.
Even our technology, right? The plastic in your phone, the fuel in your car, all reliant on carbon.
Wow. It really is everywhere, isn't it?
It's the element of life, as they say.
And this song, it also mentions carbon moving all around. So it's not just sitting there, it's like transforming.
Yeah. It's constantly being exchanged between, us living beings and the environment. We call it the carbon cycle. It's like, imagine a giant game of hot potato, but the potato is a carbon atom.
Hot potato. Okay, I'm listening.
So plants, they take in carbon dioxide from the air when they do photosynthesis, right? And they use it to grow. Then we eat those plants, or we eat animals that ate the plants. And that carbon becomes part of us, and then we breathe out carbon dioxide, sending it back into the atmosphere. It's this constant cycle of transformation and exchange.
Okay, so it's like this invisible dance happening all around us with carbon as the main dancer.
Yeah, you got it. It's a pretty amazing dance.
I'm getting a little dizzy thinking about it. So the lyrics also say carbon is basic to complex. What's that all about?
Well, carbon's like the foundation for the amazing diversity of life.
Yeah.
From, the tiniest single-celled organisms all the way up to these complex ecosystems, it all comes back to carbon. This ability to form all sorts of different structures, it's what makes the incredible variety of life on Earth possible.
So it's like from the simplest to the most complex, carbon's there, holding it all together.
Exactly. And, what's really cool is The song emphasizes this idea of sharing, right? Life that we all share. It highlights how carbon is this common thread that connects every single living thing on Earth.
It's true. Carbon, it's more than just an element. It's the basis of life. It's a master of disguise, transforming into all these different things. And it's this hidden force connecting everything.
That's a great way to put it. And it makes you wonder, if carbon's so essential for life here, what about out there? I mean, in the vast universe, could there be other planets with carbon-based life forms?
Whoa. That's a big question. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something to think about.
It is. It is. All right, everyone. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Until next time.
Keep exploring.
Ground we stand underneath.